Hey, what's up out there? It's David Duford from Final Expense Agent Mentor at feagentmentor.com. I'm filming this video because I just experienced what I continually harp on in all my videos and my training about the importance of always searching for clues to give you an edge in making a sale. So let me explain to you how I took somebody from a $15,000 policy and actually got them a $10,000 policy and convinced them completely while it was in their best interest. So I just got out of this house, right? So I've walked in, I've seen these people in the past, maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago. They didn't have the money at the time when they took the plan out. But nevertheless, they were interested, just financially wasn't the right time. So I got there finally after a couple more cards they sent in, and I sat down and they just took out a policy around the beginning of the year. Didn't have them readily available. But after some questioning, I realized that more probable than not, they took out a plan that required a phone interview. And through my questioning, I realized that one of the applicants, well, actually both of the applicants smoked, and one actually had COPD and even took oxygen occasionally. But looking at the pricing and seeing they required a phone interview, it was probable that the policy was actually clean sheeted, otherwise known as being bullshitted. And what was funny is that the people themselves admitted to it. The guy said, yeah, the agent told us just to answer no to the smoking questions and just answer no to all the health questions. He was trying to help us out to get a better deal. And so right then and there, it was obvious before even getting the policies that this whole thing was bullcrap. And it was my job to sell them on why doing that and going down that road of misrepresentation was harmful to their family. So I basically, at the end of the day, took them from what was approved for over the phone, but wouldn't pay out in contestability, from a $15,000 to a $10,000 plan, saving them a little bit of money, but getting them the policy that was ethically done correctly, and explaining to them why it was in their best interest. Now, the lady obviously was put on a 2-year waiting period policy. I put her with Security National, and then the other guy went with United Heritage. And they were both on smoker rates, and we did everything we were required to. And I explained to them why this is in their best interest to do the right job. And my whole point doing this video is simple. Look, I can go on and preach in my YouTube videos constantly about why you should be a replacement artist. This is a prime example. And why you should work with multiple companies, because it gives you more options. It allows you to sell more easily, ethically. A lot of reasons why people are unethical in their sales is because they're desperate and they only have a limited option. But here's the point. At the end of the day, agent greed is something that will never go away. Every person who's in a commission-only sales environment always has greed to them. I have greed, you have greed, everybody has greed. The problem is when greed oversteps the boundaries of ethics. And in this case, it did. With this particular prospect, the agent was only concerned about one thing, getting paid maximally, and not concerned with the family involved. The good news is that 90% of these cases, when you arrive to them, you can convince them of why it is not in their best interest to be unethical and why they should be ethical, honest people, because that's what ultimately pays the claims and gives them the value of coverage that does a good job. So I leave you with this. This is why we have to always review policies, why you have to be very good over time to develop an understanding of what each policy and carrier does, so that when you identify clear misrepresentation or even questionable misrepresentation, you can pounce on it, take advantage of the edge, and make a sale where your clients are better covered and better protected and are following the rules of proper ethical engagement. That's all I have to say about this. Hopefully it's something to think about. My name's David Duford at Final Expense Agent Mentor. Give me a like if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscription to my video page if you haven't already. And if you got any comments or questions, leave them at the bottom. Y'all take care. Thanks.